So, you found an amazing artist and you're dying to get some art. But wait, before you throw money at an artist, there are some things you need to know. Step 1 is to check the artist's availability or commission status. This can usually be found at the top of an artist's profile in their journals or listed somewhere on their website. Let's take a look. For some artists, commission spaces are extremely limited as demand for their artwork can be pretty high. Wait times could possibly be quite long before you get a chance at a spot in their queue. If you're unable to wait, then you'll have to look somewhere else for art. But luckily, artists almost always provide information on when they will be opening and how to be notified somewhere beneath their commission status. It looks like this artist will be opening for commissions soon. But before you contact an artist, it's important to educate yourself.
'Cause knowledge is power!
Step 1 is understanding an artist's terms of service. You can typically find an artist's terms of service linked somewhere on their profile page or website. Terms of service are often very long, but artists take the time to write them for a reason. They contain important information such as the proper way to contact an artist for a commission, email, a note, their website, etc., payment and refund policies, ownership and privacy, and sometimes little statements to help cover their butts. For example, by commissioning not safe for work art from me, you are confirming that you are 18 years old or older. You must read and accept an artist's terms in full prior to contacting them for a commission. Every single word. Great, you're now ready to read your artist's commission information. Commission information is where you'll find prices, additional fees, such as for complexity or additional characters, subject matter and content policy, like fan art and not safe for work, and estimated time of completion. Different commission types like sketches, ref sheets, icons, portraits, and illustrations are all going to merit different prices, so be sure to carefully consider the best commission type for your needs. You're almost done researching. A good final step for cautious buyers is to learn a little bit about an artist's history with previous customers. Most professional artists will have a public queue where furries can track their commission's progress. This queue is usually a journal or link posted somewhere on the artist's profile or website. Detailed queues are often Trello boards that contain useful information such as commissioner reference sheets or example arts, progress updates, work-in-progress sketches, and deadlines. Public queues like this are a good indicator of two things. 1, that an artist is responsible and willing to hold themselves publicly accountable, and 2, the artist is organized and treats art as a serious, paid profession. If your commission will cost more than $80, consider taking the time to message 3 or 4 of that artist's past clients to ask if they were satisfied with their art. Don't waste people's time doing this for a $30 commission. To do this, scroll down to an artist's latest submissions and find artwork that was recently uploaded. Artists typically tag their commissioners in the description, or you can find the commissioner by reading the comments below. Send a brief private message to a few commissioners asking if this artist was professional and respectful. Typically, commissioners are very satisfied and are eager to help out the artist by singing their praises to you, but sometimes the commissioner will warn you of any inappropriate behavior. Information like this will help you decide if an artist can be trusted with your money. But keep in mind, furry artists go through rough patches just like you and me. If previous customers warn you to be wary, try checking back in a few months with newer customers to see if the situation has improved. Whatever you do, do not perpetuate the furry fandom's harmful call-out culture by sharing this kind of information publicly. It is every buyer's responsibility to do research on their own the same way that you did. A little note to the artists out there. Gathering references works both ways. You can visit the profile of a prospective client and message the creators of their previous artworks to find out if this furry was an enjoyable person to work with. If a client treats artists poorly, those artists will be happy to protect other artists from enduring the same misery. Alright, you've done your research. The artist is wide open. Following the guidelines outlined in the artist's terms of service or commission information, submit your application. Commission applications can typically be divided into 2 parts. First off, make sure you have references. Standard form in the art community is to have a piece of artwork that displays clearly the physical features of your character, such as their species, colors, markings, scars, or accessories. This is usually called a ref or reference sheet. The goal of a reference sheet is to provide as much information about your character as possible so that the artist can get all they need with just one image. Your ref sheet should be unshaded so that the shadows and highlights cannot be confused with markings. If there's anything specific about your character that you want the artist to know, just make notes. Notes and pointers on your ref sheet save both you and your artist time and give a more comprehensive view of who your character is. References should be sent as files or links to files so that the artwork is not distorted. Pixely lines can conceal and distort smaller details or markings and can also cause problems with color picking tools on art programs. If you cannot or have just yet to commission a reference sheet, there are bases available for free online that you can use, or in some cases, you can also use a text description. Text descriptions are usually considered bad form unless, say, you're commissioning your first ref sheet. The second part of an application is the description. Try to write down exactly what you want in one message and send examples of poses if you feel you cannot describe them accurately enough. Be sure to follow the artist's submission instructions carefully. Furries who don't take the time to follow the artist's instructions are often passed over for potential customers who can. Before you submit your application, here are some simple do's and don'ts to keep in mind. Do be ready to pay upon commissioning. Do make sure you have a confident understanding of PayPal and how to use it. It is the most commonly used method of sending and receiving payment for furry art commissions. Do be prepared to tip your artist, either before or after your art is completed. Do not attempt to purchase art you cannot afford, and do not expect the artist to be flexible on their prices just for you.
Okay, so this guy messaged me on Telegram, and he asked me if I could draw a banner for his new YouTube video, and he said he couldn't pay me right now, but when his followers saw it, and when his channel got bigger, they would all come follow me on my social media, and they would want to pay me to do art. And so basically he just asked for free art, and I didn't really... You can't pay me in exposure. I can't eat exposure. I can't pay my bills with exposure.
No matter what, do not ask for another artist's style. You can, however, ask for stylized art, such as Disney, Chibi, or Cuphead style. Do not ever complain or comment on the artist's prices, even for that one really expensive one. You know the one. If you cannot afford a particular artist's work, consider following that artist on social media. Artists frequently hold free art raffles or giveaways for their followers or Patreon supporters, but do not hound artists for free artwork. They determine what their time and talent is worth, not you. Good luck with your submission. Hopefully your artist chooses you. Your hard work paid off. The artist saw your potential and appreciated your carefully constructed application. If you have not received a response from an artist confirming or denying your submission, and they have not updated their public queue within 3 weeks of submitting your application, it is acceptable to send that artist one follow-up email politely asking for an update. Almost all artists take payment for commissions through PayPal, so it is important to have a PayPal account and know how to use it. Some artists have you send the money on your own, but others send invoices, so you'll need to be able to use both of these functions. Now comes the hardest part of all, the waiting. This is always difficult, but good things come to those who wait. If your artist does not provide an estimated time of completion, wait about 2 months before you ask for updates, or you can ask for your ETC when you commission them. Make sure to give your artist space and don't pester them while you wait for your commission. If specified in your artist's terms of service, your artist will provide you with a preliminary outline of what your art will look like. This is not an open invitation to critique your artist's artwork. This is a basic sketch designed to assist you in helping them to identify any potential problems with mistakes involving your persona, such as missing markings or missized physical attributes, such as, say, a tail that's too long, or things you mentioned wanting in your application that they have neglected to include. Your artist is providing you with a service and should be treated kindly and respectfully. Try to keep interactions positive, be patient when explaining concepts or ideas, and be understanding in the face of minor accidents or inconveniences. You should never assume that your artist wants to chat or carry on a conversation. If the artist wants to talk to you, they'll carry the conversation themselves, and some even have group chats to talk to their commissioners. Once your art is completed to your satisfaction, be sure to save your file somewhere secure and thank your artist for their work. You're now free to enjoy your art and to share it on all your various social medias. With proper credit, of course. Tipping an artist is generally considered good form, similar to tipping a waitress or a tattoo artist. You can tip before or after your art is completed, but either way, you should consider tipping somewhere between 10 and 20%. Buying and creating art of your character is an integral part of being a furry, and every good furry needs to understand this process. Hopefully, this quick guide has made commissioning art just a little more intuitive for you and has provided some good tips that will help you land that commission you've been wanting for months. Thanks for watching, and happy commissioning!